Laura Loomer, who is like president, like, she's former President Trump's mistress. I think it's pretty clear like what role she's fulfilling, but she's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Like she's zippity doodah up in the cranium. She says a lot of crazy stuff, and she says a lot of racist stuff too. But the thing is, JD Vance's wife is Indian. Now she made a joke about a racist joke about Kamala Harris being Indian. Now, as you know, a lot of people, especially in the Trump world, are saying they can't figure out if she's Indian or is she black. Now, the truth is, Kamala Harris's father is from Jamaica. He's black. Her mom is Indian. She's Indian. She is mixed race, is what we call people like Kamala Harris. She's black and Indian. It's a pretty simple idea. So that gives you double the racism, doesn't it? You could be doubly racist against her if you're a racist piece of shit. Let's see if you can figure out a way to be double racist on Kamala Harris. I want to see if you can do it.
I want to shift to another topic. I've been talking to allies of former President Trump who are frankly outraged. They're alarmed.
Can you just hold on a second?
Armed.
Does anyone notice that JD Vance looks like he's dying? He looks like he's not doing so great. Like, man, he looks like he's either drinking heavy or he's crying all night. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Do you think is JD Vance crying all night or is he drinking all night? What do you think? Because look, man, we've all been there. I've been there. You've probably seen if I drink a lot, I got that Irish face, man. I get real puffy. I don't normally spend the night crying, but I know what it looks like. It looks like this. Either he has been drinking all night or crying all night. Which do you think? Let's take a popular poll. Which do you think is true?
That Donald Trump has been traveling with Laura Loomer. She is someone who says she supports white nationalism. She spread conspiracy theories, including that the September 11th attacks are an inside job. She recently said that Kamala Harris, whose mother was Indian, if she wins in November, quote, the White House will smell like curry.
Oh, fuck. That is so racist. I mean, it wouldn't be... God damn. That is like, whoa, racist. That's like it blows your hair back. I feel like that guy in the Memorex commercial, like racism just blew my hair back. Whoa. Well, you're right. She's a hardcore right-wing nut job who thinks that white nationalism is a good idea. She's a Christian white nationalist. She thinks that Jews are the enemy and only white people should be allowed to vote, that type of stuff. That's what a white nationalist is. So the fact that she said this, there's no like, oh my gosh, I wonder if it's racist. No, this is super duper racist. Like, holy crap. But JD Vance's wife is Indian. Okay, but also says White House speeches will be facilitated via a call center, and the American people will only be able to convey their feedback through a customer satisfaction survey at the end of the call that nobody will understand. What? So that's even more racist. She said the curry thing, but you see the other joke there is that Indian people, when you're in America and you call a call center, a lot of the time the person on the other end has an Indian accent, because in America, we speak great English, but nobody wants to work for that amount of money. And plus, a lot of people don't want to work at night. So at night, especially if you're calling, your person in the call center is probably in India and they speak great English in India, but their accent is sometimes a little difficult to understand to the untrained ear. Or even me, I feel like I'm really patient. I feel like, but sometimes even I have a hard time understanding the accent on the other side of the phone. So the joke is not just the curry thing, okay? The joke is all sorts of racism about Indian people. It's really nasty business. Kathy Skywalker thinks he was drinking all night. He's drinking and then crying. Oh, he's drinking himself to sleep. But you guys, you saw how puffy and gross his face has become. Like he was always kind of a chubster, but like he's gotten worse. Nothing wrong with being chubby. I'm not making fun of him for being chubby. I think that his face is bloated because he's got an alcohol problem because of the stress that he's enduring after having taken this job for the worst man in the world. Here we go.
Senator, you are married to an Indian American woman. What was your reaction to hearing those comments specifically?
Well, Kristen, I want to go back to what you said about Haitian migrants to begin with.
Doesn't want to. He tries to dodge. Let's talk about the Haitians. Have you heard they're eating dogs and cats? Have you heard that they're eating dogs and cats? They're not eating dogs and cats. Now they're going with the geese thing too. They're really doubling down on they're eating the geese too.
Because you didn't give me a chance to respond. Look, we don't blame the Haitian migrants for coming to Springfield. We blame Kamala Harris for opening the American southern border and inviting 20,000 people to get dropped in a small Ohio town. Now, you asked about Laura Loomer. Look, Laura.
It's so weird that the southern border, did all these Haitians come through the southern border? Is that what they did? They walked across the border and they ended up in Ohio? I call a little bullshit on that. I think most people that come on planes, but whatever, most people that come on in planes, they save up enough money to do that and they don't want to leave. But all these people have come in legally. They're here legally. The people he's talking about, 15,000 people living in Springfield, Ohio. They happen to be Haitian. They happen to be black, and we know they don't like black people.
Laura Loomer is not affiliated with the Trump campaign.
She's not affiliated with the Trump campaign. She just flies everywhere Donald Trump flies because she's his concubine. That's what's going on there. Like the fact that mainstream media, no one is talking about how creepy it is. Laura Loomer, everyone's talking about Laura Loomer, but no one will come out and say what her role is. Her role is mistress to an 80-year-old despot. I don't know. He's not really a despot right now. What would you call him? A figurehead, cult leader, something like that. Oof. It's gross. Something gross is going on.
She said something about curry in the White House that I first read about this morning, actually, because I knew that you would ask me about it. Look, Kristen, I make a mean chicken curry. I don't think that it's insulting for anybody to talk about their dietary preferences or what they want to do in the White House.
It's not insulting to talk about dietary preferences. I enjoy cooking up an innocent bird and dousing them with curry sauce. Why? Why is this a problem? First of all, it wasn't just about the curry. I read you the whole tweet. There was a lot more going on there. It wasn't just curry. It was all this stuff. And this is unfriggin' believable to me. Yeah, his wife is Indian, so he can make a good curry. That is not the point, buddy. That's not the point at all. But let's hear if he can double down. Now, he's dodging, but let's see if he can see why is America talking about this next statement. See if you can catch the real sledgehammer racism coming through. Let's see if you can get it.
I think what Laura said about Kamala Harris is not what we should be focused on. We should be focused on the policy and on the issues. And look, so yeah, do I agree with what Laura Loomer said about Kamala Harris? No, I don't. I also don't think that this is actually an issue of national import. Is Laura Loomer running for president? No. Kamala Harris is running for president. And whether you're eating curry at your dinner table or fried chicken, things have gotten more expensive thanks to her.
Did you hear it? Whether you're eating curry or fried chicken, because I don't know. Let me explain to all my non-American guests here. Listen, Bartleby. Bartleby, you probably don't know that in America, for some reason, there's this racial stereotype of Black people eating two dishes primarily. It's a thing that people will say. You'll hear it all the time. It's usually a dog whistle, not so much a bullhorn like on a megaphone like he is using right now. Normally it's whispered. It's one of those whispered little things that people will say to say racist shit. It's about fried chicken and watermelon. That is That is the racist. That is like old school racism, like the worst kind of like throwback, like my great grandfather type racism. That's like shit you don't normally hear people saying when cameras running. That's just something you don't normally hear when the mic is hot. It's really rare. I remember there was I think it was Jack Nicklaus. I don't want to say the name. It was a famous golfer who was making jokes about fried chicken in regards to Tiger Woods probably 20 years ago. He was excoriated and crucified, and it was all in one of those good fun drinking. I think Tiger Woods was actually there at the time. It was one of those things where they were all just having a good locker room joke. It's not something you say when the mic is on. He didn't know he was being recorded. Nobody talks like this unless you want to really let everyone know that this is oh shit. Like I am blown again. It's like Laura Loomer, Trump's concubine, says something super racist, and he's somehow able to make it more racist. Holy crap. Jackie Boy, Donald Trump is a famous golfer. You're absolutely right. I mean, someone tried to kill him on the golf course this week. So, yeah, we know where he's going to be. They're like, how'd they know where he was going to be? They know. They know. Oh, my God. So, all right. The last thing, the other thing, just there's a little bit more, but the other thing is like he keeps saying we should be talking about the policies and the policies. We'll talk about the policies then. Which policy would you like to talk about? I don't get this idea. Like we don't know the policies. Policies? Look. Policy. Just really quickly. Just really quickly. Kamala Harris wants to give $50,000 to people who are just trying to make ends meet, trying to get a down payment on a house, because one of the things that separates renters from buyers is the down payment ability. So first-time home buyers, she wants to give money to them so that they can afford their first home, get into a home. That'd be pretty cool. She wants to build 3 million homes in order to lower the price of the regular homes market out there so that people can actually afford to get in and start starting families, because there's a problem in America. People can't afford to live. So she wants to start building more houses. Donald Trump's answer is to kick people out of houses. He wants to take all of the people who are here illegally. They're illegals. He wants to take those people like your friends and your Haitian friends in Springfield. Get the jackboots, have the SS come knock on everybody's door. Hello, do you have any illegals? And if they say yes, they're going to kick them out of their homes. They're going to reappropriate their homes, and they're going to lower the housing market that way by kicking people out into the streets and somehow deporting all of them. He's talking millions of people. We're talking upwards of 15 million people that they want to deport as quickly as possible in order to lower the home cost. That's the policy let's talk about the policies. Let's bring up the policies. I love the policies. Let's talk about them. You're totally right. Let's stop talking about how racist you guys are. If we talk about the policies, you also seem like a disgusting racist. It's really horrible. It's really, really bad. Your policies are also racist. Like, that's what's so crazy to me. Oh, let's stop talking about all this racist stuff. Let's talk about the policies. Your policies are super fucking racist. Like, please. Woo! Blow me away. Look, again, I endorse no one. I'm not a fan of Kamala Harris. I'm not a fan of Super Cop, super law and order lady who destroyed people's lives for minor drug charges because that happened to be the law of the land at the time. I think Elliot Ness was a criminal too. I think all of these people who uphold the status quo by being the business side of the sledgehammer of the justice system. I don't think they have any business being in government, but hey, it's either that or the goddamn the unspeakably racist fascist dictator type. Like, those are your options, buddy. Get ready to be disappointed, but god damn, I endorse no one, and the views here reflect my and none others. They don't no other group or organization. But hey, oh shit, oh Bartleby, oh humanity. Let's see if there's anything else that he could say to make it
policies.
worse.
Let's talk about the person running for president of the United States, not a social media personality who supports Donald Trump.
Senator, were you and your wife
His girlfriend. Let's not talk about my boss's girlfriend, please.
offended? And do you disavow those comments that even some Trump allies say are blatantly racist?
Kristen, I just told you I don't like those comments, and I think that we ought to focus on Kamala Harris's
He did not say that he did not like those comments.
policy failures. I also don't look at the internet for every single.
It's so funny. Let's focus on the policy. Which ones? Policy failures? She's not president right now, hunky dory. Listen, douche nozzle. Like, tell me which one. Let's talk about the policy. Tell me which policy. Tell me which policy facilitated the 15,000 Haitians there. Tell me which one, and tell me why it's wrong, and tell me your alternative. If you want to talk about those things, you could spin it. You're allowed to answer the question any way you want, but he doesn't want to do that because they don't have an answer.
Single thing to get offended by. I'm running for vice president because I think Kamala Harris has been a disaster and we have to undo her policies. That's what we should be focused on. But by the way, when I say we, I mean the American media. Kamala Harris opened the border. She made food unaffordable. We should be talking.
How did she do all that?
About her failure as an American leader, not a social media personality who supports Donald Trump.
Thanks for watching.
A social media personality who supports Donald Trump. How did that happen? How do we start talking about a social media person that supports Donald Trump? It's his girlfriend. Bartleby, I love you, Bartleby. Good luck. By the way, it's National Register to Vote Day. So, hey, register to vote. Bartleby, come on now.